Background is massive. I know I can make my. I can't hear. Hey, you two. What is going on over here? Hold on just a second. Oh, it was waiting on me. All right. I'm just making sure we was logged in. Logged in. Second, so this out just a little bit. Um, Rivers. Put it down a little bit. No, hold on, give me a second, real quick, before I get started, because you can barely see, huh? That's funny. Oh, there it is. It's okay. I'll open it for you. Dang, that white it's going for you. Look what came in the mail Saturday. Oh my God, you guys, look what I got in the mail. Yes, it did come in the mail. I'm official. I'm official. Mhm. It's official. And it feels, so official. That was just my little praise report. Because I got that in the mail over the weekend. Let's go ahead and get started on with Mr. Kevin. Remember, we're dedicating Sundays to True Crime Sundays. So I got here when I got here.
January 3rd, 2024, mother of four, Kayla Atwood, dropped her two youngest children at their daycare. She never returned to collect them. The investigation into her disappearance began by tracing her last known movements and interactions at the daycare with neighbors and catching a ride from a new friend. Do you know she drives or what she's driving?
Hello.
U-Haul? We nobody has even reported her missing yet. I think you know the woman I got. I don't know about you. As the pieces began to fall into place,
I'm watching
just one.
Kevin from Just Thought Lounge. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me see if I can put myself in the chat. And then that way you can just watch along. If you haven't seen it already, child, he dropped this today, of course. Um, and so I was just trying to see what was going on.
Expect.
Uh-oh. Ooh. I'm talking about knocking like the police. Look, I bet he gonna say it.
So call the police.
Ooh, who is they? Coming to the door like that, all extra aggressive. Who the hell ain't knocking on my door like that, like the police? I thought he was gonna say that. Knocking on my door like the police. It'd be amazing when it is the police.
Welcome to Just Thought
What's
Lounge.
up, Kevin?
Today's case is about an exhaustive investigation.
Uh-oh.
It begins by following the most obvious lead, but then
Right.
takes a few unexpected.
The Good Doctors. Is that on TV or is that on YouTube? Look, let me. Who's the Good Doctors? Is that YouTube? Was that TV? Oh, that's TV. Okay. Okay. She look well, she done came over here on YouTube. I mean, it ain't, 2024. Okay, I've never heard of That's it. I've never heard of The Good Doctor. That's an interesting one. Hmm. I wonder what's that about. What's it to happen when a case that please a young lawyer. OCD. Okay. 2017. Wow. Okay, so you must be a fan. Um, oh, Green Boy. I'm alive. Yay. Okay. Second. I believe you're probably the second person talking in the chat, I believe. Um, Congratulations on being alive. Listen, that is something to rejoice and be glad of. Indeed, for sure. I am too, if you ain't noticed. But I'm here too. I'm alive. I'm definitely alive for sure. No, I mean the leaderboard. Oh.
Turns. Let's take a look.
Let me finish eating my food. Let's see what's going on. Kayla Atwood. I don't know. And we just see what happened.
In the morning,
Don't start.
January
Don't start, please. Do I ain't got no moderators in the room?
Pensacola, Florida, responded to a routine call.
Or do you need to be a moderator? Look, tell me you need to be a moderator without telling me you need to be a moderator. I see damn people. Okay. All right. If you want to be a moderator, just let me know.
Welfare check.
It's the quick button. Click, click.
This call
Where are we? I didn't get it. I'm talking.
Pensacola
Pensacola. Oh my God. Oh, wait,
routine
Lord.
call for a welfare check at a home on West Belmont Street.
Shout out to them welfare checks. Who called it?
This call out would mark the beginning of a case that was far from routine.
What's up,
Hey. Uh-oh. Hey.
The caller had expressed concern for children who
Oh.
had been left alone during the day.
Uh-oh.
But when officers arrived, they found the eldest, nearly 12 years old, and a 7-year-old safe and well. Their younger siblings were at their regular daycare. While they spoke with the boys, a white truck drove past the house. It must have been recognizable to the kids, perhaps one that their mother usually drove, though it went straight past the property without stopping.
Ooh. Oh.
There was nothing in the interaction that caused the officers any alarm. The children were roughly of the age to stay home alone for short periods.
That is kind of like a judgment call. When
11, 12, right? Yeah. Seems fine.
okay, well, we just came to check on you all. Okay, all right,
Thank you.
take care. Yeah, that's
We're getting off to a rocky start already. We're getting off to a rocky start already. There was no follow-ups or nothing. How long she had been gone? That you got in contact. Like, oh, all right.
you know,
They just left like,
look like I ain't kept or anything like that. Yeah. All right, sound good.
Officers left without making contact with the children's mother.
So the truck drive by, he said, "That's my mom." No red flag. Okay. Oh, 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 we're getting. Oh, it's a rough start already. Let's push through. He gave us 37 minutes, honey. She got a snake.
Was 32
Um,
years old and between jobs in January 2024. Single mother to 4 children aged between 1 and 11, Kayla was a hands on, fun loving, and affectionate parent. She adored her children, and they loved and admired her in return. Kayla also loved
32.
kids. She had a close relationship with her mother, Linda, as well as her sister, Lizzie, her brother, and her sister in law, Teresa. Family and motherhood were the most important things in Kayla's life. So, on January 3rd, when Kayla did not return to her children's daycare in the evening to collect her youngest, alarm bells began ringing. Her mother was contacted to collect the children, and the family mobilized to search for her. Calls to her cell phone went unanswered. Messages across social media were unread. She had not posted any new content across platforms, an oddity in her regular online behavior. Indeed, she posted photos and a video of herself with the kids playing on their bikes outside just days earlier. Her sister filed a missing
Lorraine.
persons report, while other family members reached out to the media.
Not like her at all, to not pick up her children, and especially for her not to come home or call, not be on social media.
Linda.
And she know a lot of people love her too.
Amen.
She has a very strong family connection. She has a sister. She has a mother that will help her. She has me.
Oh,
Amongst the first stops for Pensacola police was the children's daycare. They were asked about what other individuals may have been with Kayla. Was there anyone new? Had anyone other than Kayla or the children's father conducted the pickup or drop off recently? They noted nothing out of the ordinary until the officers asked what vehicle Kayla had been driving.
Do you guys know she drives or what she was driving that day?
I don't.
U-Haul. A U-Haul?
I believe a
Penske or U-Haul? Big truck.
moving. You're right.
uh-oh.
Oh,
She was driving either a U-Haul or a Penske, but a moving truck.
Kayla was not known to drive a large yellow box truck like the one described by the employees at the daycare. She must have either rented the vehicle or been given a ride from an unidentified
Mm.
person that morning.
Mm.
Investigators
Y'all ain't got security camera?
was soon confirmed by security camera images. Kayla was captured on Wednesday, January 3rd,
Passenger.
getting into the Penske box truck. It appeared that she was entering the passenger side, though a driver was not visible. Then, after the children were dropped off at the daycare, she was not seen again.
see.
That it?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think I see it.
Are you able to take a screenshot of that and send it?
Of course. Up in power.
Possibly drive.
Yeah.
For you guys to do it.
Yeah, I've got two. There's two stills. Doesn't do the video, just those stills, but I'll send you both.
The search for the Penske truck led to the owner of a tire delivery business who leased the vehicles for his employees' use. Only one individual was assigned to drive the truck in question, a man by the name of Antonio, who went by Tony.
He's the only one that drives that truck. I have five. I got 4 trucks, and they designated to a particular driver.
Gotcha.
Tony was brought into the station for questioning. The Penske truck was searched thoroughly. Officers attempted to identify areas of interest or evidence for further forensic assessment, but the truck was clean. They found nothing of value to the investigation. At the station, Tony was asked about his connection to Kayla.
Look. I don't know.
I'll have a Kayla or any know anything about her or anything like that. But basically the reason that we is because you drive like a yellow pickup truck, right?
Yeah.
So that yellow pickup truck is not video. And Kayla is getting into that. So is there anybody?
So go ahead and let that go. Matter of fact, just ask for a lawyer. Just ask for a lawyer. I can't do all that. I don't know. I don't know. All the go ahead and ask for your attorney. Free legal counsel, whatever. Public defender, just go ahead, cause
While you were dumping off tires and stuff like that?
don't give them no way out.
She's a dog.
She's a what?
She's a dog.
An adult?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And so what is her name?
Yeah. I don't know if that hurt.
Pretty?
Oh, show a picture.
Who that stayed on?
Thank you.
Her family has reported missing. So I would get up here. So can you tell me how you met Pretty?
Oh,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Tony
Uh-oh.
explained to the detective
Uh-oh.
that he exchanged a series of messages with Kayla on a dating app on
Ooh.
the morning of January
Was it
10th, the
tagged?
day before she went missing. She messaged him for a ride. She
Oh.
needed someone to take her to daycare. Tony agreed. After they dropped off the children, Kayla asked to stay with him for a few hours while he made his deliveries. According to Tony, the two spoke casually, but not flirtatiously. They stopped to grab some food for lunch. He dropped her back at her house on Belmont around 2 p.m. The next day, they followed the same routine.
Oh. Okay. Let's see how this is gonna end up. I don't know.
there was a guy.
Uh-oh. Uh-huh. In the white truck.
On the first morning that he drove to her house, a second vehicle pulled up behind him while he and Kayla were preparing to leave.
Oh.
She was talking to him. And I remember him just acting up. Asked me to work. She was like, put on. Like, what? I just put it. No.
What did he look like?
He was a dark skinned guy, just like I some school stuff on the back.
You remember what color it was or what
It's a wall white truck.
you were old?
Oh, the truck. Like a work truck.
Kayla told Tony to ignore the man. She called him her brother and said he was simply being nosy. Tony told the detective that the man did not behave like her brother. He had the impression that they had a different type of relationship.
Uh-oh.
When pressed to recall anything else of potential interest, Tony relayed one more odd occurrence.
Uh-oh.
Only minutes after he left Kayla at her house on the afternoon of January 3rd, he received a phone call from her cell phone.
The phone rang. And I said, hello. Yeah. I just hung up. That was it.
Did you hear anything? Did they say anything?
I ain't know, I thought about that the other day. She was just like, no, that was my brother. Like, way he's asking questions. It could have been a brother.
You think she called you?
No, she didn't call. The phone had just called back. And it dude said, hello. I just hung up.
I'm sorry. Did you call her? Did she call you?
No, her number called my phone back. But I didn't, when I seen it was a dude, I didn't answer,
How long between you taking?
Right. When you dropped her off in the phone call. 2, 5. Okay. 2 to 5. Okay. Come. Stop saying you didn't damn answer if you answered the phone and he said hello and then you hung up. Stop saying that. You throwing me off. That's answering. That ain't not answer. That's answering. What are you? So you
just called numbers back.
okay? What happened?
By the time Tony sat down with detectives to outline Kayla's movements on the day she disappeared, The mother of four had been missing for several days.
Mm.
During
Oh,
that time,
God.
the family was actively tracking down and speaking with everyone they knew to be in her life.
Y'all ain't got to find my iPhone? Activate it.
There was one individual of particular interest
Who drive this white truck?
he had been seeing since mid-December. His
Who?
name was Mikhail Fountain.
Miguel.
Though the two had met only recently, they had integrated into each other's lives relatively quickly. Mikhail reportedly helped Kayla with some bills and spent time with the children. Just before the new year, however, the still burgeoning romance ended abruptly. Mikhail told the Atwoods that he and Kayla were through. The family found his behavior suspicious because it was. Mikhail was responsible for calling in the welfare check on Kayla's home, the one that proved unwarranted. He had placed multiple calls in an attempt to get her in trouble with police or child services. What piqued investigators' interest was something else.
What?
Mikhail Fountain was known to drive an older, white Ford pickup truck.
Clearly.
On the day she was reported missing,
Mhm.
January, officers had canvassed Kayla's neighborhood for witnesses. They were also seeking any potential camera footage that would have captured Kayla's home 2 days before, on January 3rd. One neighbor had cameras that were directed towards Kayla's house. But by the time officers spoke with her, someone else had already stopped by to review her recordings. None other than Kayla's ex-boyfriend, Mikhail Fountain. His timing was deeply curious. Mikhail had wanted to see the neighbor's camera footage from the day before.
Mhm. Oh, Brayley. Oh, okay. Well, watch your words, Brayley. She talking about drop dead. Go, oh, hey, watch your words. But thank you.
Meaning that Kayla had been kidnapped.
The first time he came to the front door, telling about what was kind of going on. So they kicked out the mom. Now that what he told me. I don't know.
No one has even reported her missing yet.
Okay.
It's suspicious. No one, she's not on her social media sites. We can't find her phone.
We can't find her. You didn't mean to say that.
Said though.
As he said she was kidnapped. He didn't say anything else.
No. He said that's what the family said. I don't know. How could these people
Well, we just spoke with the family. They said nothing about telling him that she was kidnapped. Really suspicious about some of the questions they were asking him. And then all of a sudden, her brother got on the phone, and now he won't pick the phone up anymore.
You had a life insurance policy. The
Y'all
situation
going out bad, ain't you?
a mother who would never abandon her children, and an ex-boyfriend who appeared oddly entangled in her business, though they had dated for only weeks. Mikhail Fountain was brought in for questioning.
Oh, Lord.
He confirmed he had stopped by Kayla's home on the morning of January 2nd, witnessing her leaving with Tony in the Penske truck.
What's up? This is on the site. I said, what's up? You think my kid take care? They didn't do that. You get how we. So I go by there. I still get the in the big old pork box too. Big huge truck right there. I talked to him. Pulled up, he came there, I was just driving by with the kids. What the hell? What's going on? I'm finna go to work. I said, what you doing? I said, keep up. So, she work for you? She on the club? Yeah, she worked for me. I said, okay.
Mikhail and Kayla met on Tagged, a dating app, on December 11th.
Did I not say tagged? Did I not say tagged?
By December 30th, they had parted ways. He was not concerned about her behavior or dating life after the breakup, he said, because he had so many other girlfriends. The sometimes builder on
Tell me if that makes sense. Y'all break up, she started talking to somebody else, and then she asked you for a ride to drop the kids off, and you say no, tell your new man to do it. And then she said, okay, I will. And then 10 minutes later, you driving past the house. But you got all these women. Okay.
he did not have the time to concern himself with one woman.
The devil is a lie.
That when he spoke with her on the second, she told him that Tony was her new man. The Penske truck driver is who detectives should be looking at, said.
Child, we already talked to the Penske guy.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah, I knew my number. He told me you blocked. I said, you blocked. I said, you know the woman I got.
McHale was asked about his correspondence with Kayla, when he last saw her, and the last attempts that he had made to contact her.
Give me your phone.
Though he offered to let detectives look through his phone, they found that aside from the first 2 days after they met, all of their messages had been deleted.
I can give them back. I can get them back.
You were the last one to see her.
Yeah.
You're the one telling us about her getting these troubles. I know her.
The Rivas. Hello.
You'll leave your message, but you have your reason, right? And then we find out you got businesses where she was supposedly taking her kid daycare, gone to the neighbor's house, doing surveillance footage, and trying to see the cats or anything.
Right.
So,
That's suspicious.
try to see if it captures him doing it.
Mm-mm. Mm. Mm.
At least have to think it. I would think it some kind of way, but tell why I would think that. Because I would think that because I wanna you see
That's the I got too many women's. Let him finish.
A search warrant was executed on McHale's house, as well as the home of his mother and stepfather,
Ooh.
just down the street.
Uh-oh.
McHale's brother, Michael, opened the door for police and let them inside.
and the father did or the help it. What they you told me was that he saw himself as the best guy in the best picture. Right. That's all I know.
Searches were also conducted of McHale's cell phones. A forensic extraction from one of these devices showed McHale had manually deleted extensive text message threads exchanged with Kayla over a 3.5-hour window on the day she disappeared. This activity directly contradicted what he had told detectives. Tracking Kayla's phone location data, investigators found that she had returned home around 2:20 p.m., just as Tony had reported. A security camera operated by a nearby business further verified this was true. It also captured McHale's white Ford Ranger pickup arriving at Kayla's house on Belmont shortly after she had returned home around 2:30 p.m. McHale's cell phone location data aligned with his arrival at that time. Just minutes later, a call from Kayla's cell phone was placed to Tony's device, again exactly as the delivery driver had reported. The call lasted only seconds, just long enough for McHale to demand the identity of the man on the other end before Tony disconnected. Around the same time, Kayla's phone was traveling alongside McHale's to North G Street, where he lived. At approximately 2:50 p.m., her device lost contact with cell towers. Inside McHale's house, however, there were no indications of where Kayla might have gone from there, or what exactly had happened to her. going on? Last day. Text messages between Mikhail and Kayla were not the only files that the 34-year-old self-professed ladies' man had.
Pictures, videos.
January 9th, Mikhail was arrested on charges of tampering with evidence. Investigators found that when he paid a visit to Kayla's neighbor on January 4th,
Right,
inquiring about her camera footage,
right.
Kale had also managed to delete multiple videos via her phone. Crucially, he accessed footage that would have shown his vehicle at Kayla's home in the afternoon. Disappeared.
Well.
He, if not Tony, was the last known person to see her before she vanished.
Wouldn't it have backed up on the cloud or something?
The deal. Good one.
Here's the deal, because I ain't gonna be dealing with you.
See how honest you're gonna be with us.
Mm. Hmm.
It's going to set your top of that.
Bingo.
Me too. I think.
Oh,
You know, you go. It does not have to be manually saved, but you have to manually delete it. I'll get real what she told me. Here's the facts as they stand. Okay. She is the owner of the camera, but he has no reason to delete that footage because
mm.
see, you know, because honestly, it's like it's working, you know, oh,
Exactly.
so, you put it on rip. You put it. It's the only opportunity you're gonna have basement. Give me a lawyer. I'm just go. Why ain't got no bone? It's because tampering with evidence is considered an offense, but does not get you a bond until it would about work. Very offense, man. We already doing the footage. You don't need a copy of that, do you? I already have it.
After collecting Kayla from her house, Mikhail's device showed that he stayed near his home until about 4 p.m. Then began traveling west before redirecting north. At approximately 4:45, the device arrived in the area of South Crow Road and Meyer Henry Road, where it stayed for approximately 15 minutes before traveling back east and returning to North G Street. Investigators traced the location to a wooded lot located at the 300 block of Crow Road. There, an area was discovered just past the entrance of the lot, a short distance from the roadway. On the north side of the access road was a pile of sand that appeared out of place in the surrounding grassy terrain. The area of disturbed earth looked to have been dug up, later settling slightly due to the weather. Canine units were sent to search the area. All 3 dogs positively alerted to the portion of disturbed ground. Kayla Atwood was located in the shallow grave. She had sustained a gunshot wound to the
Ooh.
head, which had been fatal.
Sure, it's gonna hurt every day. But I prayed, and I prayed for an answer, and I prayed for her to come home. So not having that feeling of not knowing where she's at, not
Okay, is it me or did that grave was already pre-dug? You can't dig no grave 15 minutes. I don't think you can dig no grave in 15 minutes.
having final answers. Um, that piece is gone away. But I mean, I'm gonna always have that pain. I'm gonna always miss her. I'm gonna always, think of what happened, you know. Mhm. Funny, beautiful. Um, she's a really great singer. Um, oh my God, she's so many wonderful things. She's great at hair. My gosh, you just have to visit her page sometimes. Look at some of her reels. She's really funny. Um, you can see her doing her makeup, her hair, all that good stuff. Just a joy to be around, and I've always had a really, really just soft spot for her. Um, just under, just can't describe what a gem she is. I'm not gonna say words.
Mm.
McHale spent almost 2 days in custody following his arrest on the tampering with evidence charge. This had afforded investigators enough time to search his home, to review cell phone records, and to find Kayla. By January
2 days.
Fountain Woods, a warrant was issued for McHale Fountain's arrest,
Bingo.
this time for murder. His parents had only just bonded him out on the previous charge. In fact, they arrived back at his mother's house from the jail just as police were gathering to arrest McHale yet again.
Mm.
Pensacola police watched as they entered the house,
Right.
so they knew McHale was inside.
Right. Oh, that was a stepdaddy coming to the door like that. You hear them dogs barking? You hear them dogs barking. They here. They here. They peeking out the window and shit. Look, 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 look. Ain't gonna open this. Oh, don't stop playing with me. Look, look, look. Yeah.
Get McHale.
Oh,
We
oh,
just got McHale out of here.
sure did. Oh,
Well,
oh.
we can forewarn.
Open it up. I break this door down. Okay. Move out the way. I break this motherfucker down. Oh, oh.
If he comes up, get him.
I kicked it.
Show me. You got 5 seconds, and I'm gonna put your hand
Oh.
on.
Resist. What's it called? Interference. Harboring. That's what it is.
You mean? McHale, let's go, buddy.
Out. Oh, he closed the door on him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Got them German shepherds red egg. Uh-oh. Ooh, ooh. Go in. Let me see.
Riverside. You just need a concept and a way to record it.
Go inside. You first of all.
Forced entry to the house. They arrested McHale's stepfather, Paul, and
Yeah.
began searching the home.
Uh-oh.
His mother, Michelle, was also inside. They found McHale crouching in a bedroom closet, clothing piled in front of him in an attempt to hide from police.
The power 215. Got anything on your room? Whoa. Where the feet? I'm not doing anything. Y'all hurt my arm.
Right.
Call him, I'll go get his car. That's fine. I'm gonna go get his car.
I'm gonna get in, baby.
See how that tone then changed? Now that you're in handcuffs, that tone changed. What happened? Papi, what happened? Look, so humble. He humble, ain't he?
During the scuffle, Michelle had intervened. Officers reported pushing her away from the arrest of her husband while they continued to search the house for her son. In the aftermath of these two arrests, she attempted to force law enforcement from the house again, and yet another scuffle ensued.
Uh-oh. Oh, he took off on her. Not another scuffle. Oh, oh, they got Miguel.
I got to drive mom.
Oh, that's all.
Brother Michael arrived on scene
Oh.
on the arrest of his mother.
Oh, his mama got arrested. Put that shirt on. Big-
He's under, your brother is under arrest.
Your dad, stepdaddy.
Under right. We come over here to arrest him and
They doing the most.
and your stepfather
And your mama
wouldn't let us
doing the most.
keep us from it, so we arrest him. And then she
Doing the most.
So she gets arrested for resisting. It's a misdemeanor charge, nothing, but she just acted out, so she's getting charged.
Put that shirt on.
I'm sorry. She kept trying to run at you, so I was trying to keep her off of you.
Look at her in them glasses.
I came my boyfriend and they weren't opening the door, so I just opened and she's on the bed. They're waiting to we were clearing the rest of the house. I'm like, all right, let's get back in here. 5 minutes before we cut down. Yeah. He saw him walking. But the grandfather had already said, like, we just got him. Yeah. We just.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
But I'm just checking. Where did you get hit?
Oh, inside.
Okay.
Right.
Ready? Okay.
Oh. Are you okay?
Your partners for
You
joining
okay?
us on this solemn day.
Eric
for your
Randall.
update. This person case of Kayla Atwood. We learned that there was contact at the daycare. We also learned that there was a Penske truck that was involved. We also made contact with that individual and was able to
Rule them
process
out.
that vehicle and potentially eliminate that person for their involvement. We were able to learn that Kayla's cell phone was last located in the area of 400 block of G Street. Through that information and other investigative techniques, we were able to develop a person of interest. So with that said, last night we arrested Michael Fountain, 34-year-old black male, charged him with homicide, battery, and
Mikhail.
resisting arrest.
Not my
Like I said earlier, he is currently in Escambia County Jail under no
Skin. Mikhail Fountain refused to speak further with detectives. He
Okay.
pleaded not guilty to murder and
Okay.
proceeded to trial in early 2026.
Classic.
Over 3 days, prosecutors outlined a largely circumstantial case, but one that was nonetheless very strong.
Mm-hmm.
They argued that after a few weeks of dating, Kayla ended the relationship, a decision that Mikhail would not accept. He became obsessive and jealous. He
3
immediately began
weeks?
stalking movements. The morning of
Jeez.
January 3rd, Mikhail watched as Kayla was dropped off at her home by Tony in the Penske truck. He had been waiting for her. He took her phone, called back Tony's number, and demanded to know who he was. Prosecutors told the jury that Mikhail's possessive jealousy drove him to confront Kayla, fatally shoot her, and hide her body in a shallow grave. It seems Mikhail was also interested in tracking the police response in the days following. Pensacola officers reported seeing his white pickup truck as they went about their investigation. In one truck for evidence, Kayla was seen interacting with other individuals on the cleared. Although investigators thoroughly vetted and cleared Tony, the defense used the established timeline to argue that someone else could have targeted Kayla after she returned home. Ultimately, the
Ooh.
jury rejected these arguments.
Thank you.
A neighbor testified that
Ooh.
only she and Mikhail had accessed her security video. She had not been the one who deleted the footage from January 3rd. Location tracking placed Mikhail with Kayla at her home, then his, before traveling out to the woods.
Trying to save money on business travel? We can definitely use Navan. Navan's platform helps our company save money by giving us full control over all things.
Hey, 3 weeks to get that sprung is blowing me right now. Like it's just it's y'all going out bad. Y'all going
The
out
three-day
bad.
trial in a guilty verdict
Of
on one count of second-degree murder.
I'll take a second.
February 10th, 2026,
Oh,
Mikhail Fountain was sentenced to life in prison without the
ah,
possibility of parole.
oh, that second degree. Hold. Oh, we are in Florida. My bad. My bad. I was like, oh, second. That probably would have gave about 50, 60. I forgot we was in Florida, honey. Good gracious. What is the point? Second or first, if you still gonna get life. I think first you might get different. Florida, she hit different. Cut it down.
10 years waiting to see justice be served, and justice still have not been served.
Ah.
It's not justice. It ain't justice. A life for a life, her life gone. She'll never be able to see her.
Oh, she wanted that. I just said that. I was like, Florida, she'll fry you quick. Okay, but life, that's still calm down.
Beautiful kids again. She'll never.
Okay, but what you
I'm not satisfied.
so you just didn't want them to find out who did it? Like, is that's good enough for you? I'm like, we at least found out who, what, when, where, how. At least it didn't take that long. Oh my God, I can't deal with her. Go ahead on. Well, exactly. And you got Kevin about you. I don't know why you. Oh, he got the. Look at Kevin. Okay, I see you with the scroll on the side. Oh, oh, somebody has been in the edit department. Oh, I like that. Oh my. Look, I remember Gemini Queen. Oh my God, look. It's just scrolling and scrolling. We got the little music bar at the bottom. Oh, somebody has been in the edit room. Shout out to the editor. Come on, let me see who's up next because I don't know who Mackenzie Sharilla is. We're just gonna consider this true crime. Been waiting. I've been waiting till Friday to watch this Nissy, I think it's Nissy, dropped. She dropped this Friday. I would have known because I was peeking in. I be looking, checking the algorithm, checking the temperature, really. Even though I am off on Fridays and Saturdays. The- what is that Ivanka? Who is that? Who is this? Who is this, y'all?
A man first surfaced.
Who is this?
Wanted to do
Okay.
differently. Johnny
You're talking about Brigitte. Hmm. I've been waiting to get back to the Brigitte.
Depp like he was looking for an Adam's apple, a soccer player.
Let me start over so I can start talking. Let me just.
Ever since the rumors of Brigitte Macron secretly being a man first surfaced,
Oh,
Johnny Depp was there.
oh,
Soccer
oh,
player Hakimi was looking at Brigitte like he was looking for a you know what.
oh.
Been looking at Brigitte and what rumors are true. Is Brigitte actually Jean-Michel Trump?
Boom.
Jean-Michel steal his sister's identity and go on to marry Emmanuel Macron? Well, if it is in fact true, then that leaves two obvious questions. What happened to the real Brigitte, and who is this chubby guy? Brigitte Macron has told us that the rumors are false. She is a female and she is the one and only Brigitte, and Jean Michel didn't steal her identity, and he is still alive, and he's this chubby guy. And so that begs the obvious question: is this chubby guy really Jean Michel Tranier? And if he isn't, then who is he? That is what we are going to be discussing in today's video. Bonjour tout le monde. If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If this is your second, third, or fourth time watching one of my videos and you're not yet subscribed, here we go together. Okay, make it official and hit that subscribe button. Today's video is going to be an interesting one, and I do think it's time that we revisit the whole Brigitte Macron saga.
Thank you. My prayers have been answered. When I tell you, I have been waiting for somebody to get us back over there to Brigitte. I'm coming, Brigitte. I'm coming, my love. I'll come to see you.
Before I get into today's video, I want to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Saffron Coat. I feel like a lot of people lately have been dealing with burnout, brain fog, low motivation, just feeling mentally drained all the time. And if you are one of those people, you should give Saffron Co. a try. Saffron Co. is a natural wellness supplement brand built around saffron. It's one of the oldest and most researched botanicals. Saffron is a natural way to support mood and energy without the jitters or the crash. 91
Just let her finish her ad, honey. 'Cause I think that's give me a real commercial break. I love when my prayers get answered. And she dropped this Friday. And let me tell you something. When I saw it Friday, it was at 71,000. Look at her. Look at her. 111,000. That's how you know we've been waiting to get back to Brigitte. We've been waiting for somebody to talk to and give Charlie Kirk a break.
approach to supporting mood, and focus, especially during stressful or busy.
Don't you just have to appreciate taking a break from Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, Blake Neff, Andrew Colvin, and the squad?
Weeks, it's a total game
Come on with your commercial, honey. Get back to
these questions. Firstly, if the person currently married to Emmanuel Macron is actually Jean-Michel Trognier and he stole the real Brigitte's identity, then what happened to the real Brigitte? Of
Mhm.
course, I don't know for certain, but after reading Xavier Coussard's book and doing my own research, I have an opinion that I came to after looking at all the information. And if you want to hear that explanation, you can watch this video first and then this video second. You have to watch it in that order for it to make sense. I will link them down below so you can watch them after this. But like I said, the questions are what happens to the real Brigitte and who else is that guy? Who is this chubby guy? Brigitte claims that he is Jean-Michel Trognier, her brother. Yet, when he showed up to the inauguration of Emmanuel Macron in 2022, he was not standing with the rest of the family. Here is Brigitte's children and grandchildren, nieces and nephews, Emmanuel's brother, Emmanuel's parent, but no Jean-Michel Trognier. Jean-Michel, or the man who is supposedly Jean-Michel, was standing in the press area and Brigitte walked over there and completely ignored him, almost as if he didn't even recognize
She.
supposedly heard him brother.
She. He. Him. Oh my God.
Police managed to track down this man, and what they discovered is quite interesting. Amiens, France, was the Trogno family chocolate shop, and as of the making of this video, it appears to be permanently closed, but this was a Trogno family business for many years. And the chocolate shop was located at 14 Rue de Vergeot, a multi-unit building. According to Xavier Coussard's search of the local real estate records, the building has been owned by Jean-Michel Trogno since March 28, 1996. A few citizen journalists, two specifically that I'm going to discuss, have gone to the address seeking out the chubby guy, and they were able to make contact. The first person I want to talk about is Natasha Ray, the woman who was invasion of privacy, but ultimately the ruling was overturned. Natasha Ray was the first person to discover the holes in the biography of Brigitte, and she's the one who popularized the theory that Brigitte is actually Jean Michel. In August of 2023, around noon, Natasha Ray visited the building owned by Jean Michel Trogno and buzzed the intercom. And here is the clip.
Attention fitness lovers. This is one of the biggest sales ever. Paleo Valley's Black Friday sale is
Nous sommes devant le 14 février.
Get.
Monsieur Fournier?
Bonjour, on a un courrier pour vous. Attendez, je ne suis pas, je suis pas prêt là. D'accord, on peut repasser dans combien de temps, comme ça je vous laisse. Moi, vous puissiez mourir dans la. Laissez-le magasin si vous voulez. D'accord, très bien.
So they tried to get him to come out of his apartment by saying they had mail. However, he declined and said he wasn't ready. After that interaction over the intercom on several more occasions, she tried to get in contact with him over the phone, but she was unsuccessful. But then one day she got lucky. She had returned to the address. She buzzed his number on the intercom and she had informed him that she had mail that he needed to sign for.
Right.
And he said, okay. And he buzzed her in. And here is the video.
Oui, oui, monsieur Fournier, c'est pour une lettre à signer, s'il vous plaît. Et pourquoi? C'est pour une lettre à signer. J'ai compris.
Oh, okay. We got it. Buzz it once. Uh-oh, he coming down the stairs. Is he gonna recognize her? Is this a GoPro? What camera? Oh Lord. Uh-oh, she got a camera. Uh-oh. Right.
Address, but interestingly enough, when the Sheree spoke to the shopkeepers and residents in the neighborhood, they all said that they didn't know anyone named Jean-Michel Trognon. Nonetheless, 2 minutes down the road from the building owned by Jean-Michel Trognon, where he was living, is a bar named Le Nemrod. And apparently, the chubby guy would go there every week to play a card game called Menil with his friends. This man appears to be the same man that was at the inauguration that Brigitte Macron told us was her brother. It looks like the same person. So, is this person who was at the inauguration and was then sitting in the bar in Nemrod playing cards, is he actually Jean-Michel Trognon? Well, if in fact the man that was at Le Nemrod is the same man that was at the inauguration, there are a lot of questions that need to be answered. There is a photo of a young Jean-Michel, and here is the chubby guy. The young Jean-Michel shares a stronger resemblance to Brigitte than the chubby guy. And what about this photo taken of Jean-Michel when he was in post-secondary school? At this time, Jean-Michel had begun wearing glasses. You know who else has been spotted wearing glasses? Brigitte. But look at the chubby guy. He is playing cards and he has no glasses. Usually, as you age, your vision gets worse, not better. So, where are his glasses? Another internet sleuth who calls himself Colonel Degarlas. Now, I have to be careful with how I pronounce his name because in French, dégueulasse without the R just means disgusting. And so I'm not trying to call this man disgusting. If I accidentally mispronounce his name, I swear it was an accident. My French is not perfect. C'est pas parfait, okay? But Colonel Degarlas visited Le Nemrod, and here is what 14 Rue de Vergeot and this PMU betting shop. I headed to the Nemrod around 5 p.m. I sat down somewhat randomly at the table to the left of the card player's table. I ordered a local triple beer, which was excellent, I must say. At 5:10 p.m., miraculously, the chubby little man showed up with crutches and or a cane with his friend Jean. It's worth noting that in bistros, the regulars always sit in the same spot. Bingo. The man with the thick-rimmed glasses seated earlier, a regular, to his left at the table closest to the bar, said, "Hello, Henry." To clarify, what he's saying is that there was a man that was wearing thick-rimmed glasses. He was sitting at the table, and then the chubby guy walks in, and the guy who was already at the bar greets him by saying, "Hello, Henry." So he didn't call him Jean Michel, he called him Henry. However, the man, Colonel Degarlas, goes on to say that later on in the conversation, they do refer to the chubby guy as Jean Michel. And full disclosure, Jean Michel's middle name is Henry. So they could have just been calling him by his middle name. So it's not necessarily proof that the chubby guy is not Jean Michel, but it's interesting that they were not calling him Jean Michel. Colonel Degarlas also goes on to say that he observed that Henry
was playing cards and looking at his phone with ease. He wasn't wearing glasses. He didn't need glasses. He had very good eyesight, which is interesting because we saw the photo of Jean-Michel from his time in post-secondary school. He wore glasses. Colonel Degarlas also wrote, quote, judging by the conversations, the chubby guy and his buddies are working class Frenchmen. His behavior at the Elysee Palace during the 2022 inauguration, where he was completely lost, is therefore not surprising at all. Yet Jean-Michel Trogneux was raised in one of the most bourgeois families in Amiens. In case you guys forgot, the Trogneux family was said to be wealthy chocolatiers, a family that owned several businesses and properties. So you would expect someone who comes from an upper class family to move in upper class circles and to carry themselves in a particular way. Still, this is not evidence that the chubby guy isn't Jean-Michel. It's just noteworthy. What also is very noteworthy is what Colonel Degarlas says he heard. Quote, the most interesting thing is that on 3 separate occasions, the overweight man invited his friends to his birthday party on June 15th. Was to be held at his house a few kilometers from Amiens. If Henry, aka the chubby guy, really did invite his friends to his birthday party on the 15th of June, well, that raises questions because Jean-Michel Trogneux was born on February 11th, 1945, not June 15th. And the part about having the party at his sister's house is also very interesting. Now, just to refresh your memory, Jean-Michel Trogneux had 4 sisters. There's Mary Vaughan, who died in a car accident in 1960, Anne Marie, who has since died, but at the time that this conversation was happening, she would have been alive. She would have been 93 years old. I doubt that they were going to be having a party at her house. There's Monique, who is still alive, and she would have been 84 years old when this conversation was happening. And Monique happens to be married to Jean-Claude Bidet, one of France's leading car distributors. And the Bidet family does still have ties in Amiens, so it's not impossible that Monique was the sister that he was referring to. But would you just casually invite your friends from the bar that you play cards with to your sister's house, your ultra wealthy, super important sister who's married to this like important man from this very important family in France? Like, you're just gonna casually invite your friends from the bar.
No, no, I don't think so.
And the only other sister that he could have been referring to would be Brigitte. And we know that he wouldn't be inviting his friends to a party at Brigitte's house. So it's either Monique or this man is not Jean Michel. So there's just a lot of questions here, assuming that Fernand Degalas is telling the truth. Degalas is telling the truth. On his page, he says that he recorded the conversation and he affirms that all of his claims are true. He claims he was in the Nimrod and the chubby guy, aka the man that we've all been told is Jean Michel. He showed up and he joined his friends for a card game and they chatted while playing. And he says the staff can attest to him being there in addition to his recordings. And so far, that's what I could find about this little chubby guy. Supposedly, his friends call him Henry, and allegedly, his birthday is June 15th when it's supposed to be February 11th. Of course, if I find out anything else, I will let you guys know. And if you find anything, let me know. Anyways, that is all I have for this video. If you liked it, please don't forget to hit the like button. If you are not yet subscribed, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to check out those other 2 videos if you haven't seen them yet. This video and this video, I will have them linked in the description box down below. I will also have them in the end cards so that you can click on them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.
Let me just. Let me go see what's going on over here with Mr. Reinhardt. It's True Crime Sunday. Okay, so I just had to go and see what was going on. I know. Hey, you, and welcome.
The call came in shortly after 3 p.m. on
Hello?
February 2019 to check on her mom in Chillicothe, Ohio. But
Nobody was answering the door, and peeking around the house outside, well, she noticed that the doors were locked, the lights were on, and she could hear her mom's phone ringing out inside the house. But there was no movement going on at all. Then, peeking through one of the windows, she saw something lying on the ground, covered in a sheet.
Looks like a body. There's blood on the floor. Get the fellow! Yep, scene. Clear the house. Yeah, I'm gonna post have photos. We're getting a fire, but it's your car. Here, you want to pull the blanket? Just want to angle my camera down to try to record it all. It's a guy. He been beat.
And what happened in Ohio resulted in the deaths of 3 people and the almost death of 1 more person. Then it ended in a Burger King, of all places. And Burger King is underrated.
Extremely. I haven't eaten in Burger King in oof, 5+ years. No, I did have some Burger King with it was I think it was some fries. No, we didn't even have Burger King then. See, it's been like 5+ years.
It was Lauren Potts who had come to check on her mom, Leanne Potts, who lived on Bowman Road. And she believed she had seen through the window a body covered up by a sheet laying in the kitchen. Police arrived soon afterward, meeting Lauren and her boyfriend there.
We went out there and we had knocked on every door, every window. I looked in, I said, there's a body in the kitchen.
Now, when authorities arrived, they spoke to Lauren. They were absolutely shocked, and I'll tell you why. This wasn't the only body found in Ross County in the last 24 hours.
Oh,
Looks like a body.
Police, now going into Leanne Potts' home, were on the edgiest of edges because literally the day before and just down the road, 2 bodies had been found.
911, what's the emergency? Someone can come up here, beat these people, they're about dead. I'm sorry? Okay, you're saying they were assaulted? Yes, someone's got them. How many is there? 2. A male and female or 2 males? A male and a female. Okay. They're bleeding, laying in the dark, bleeding to death. I need help.
On February 4th at 5:20 p.m., police were called to a possible shooting and stabbing that occurred in Ross County. At the scene, a man lay in the driveway, bleeding out, and further on lay a woman, half underneath the mobile home they shared.
Onto my knees.
Oh my.
Well, that's over here. Our neck.
Okay. All right. Okay. Everybody, stand over here by the cars. Because right now this is now a crime scene.
There's a noise inside.
Okay. Please. Go on. Okay. Down here.
It was a pretty gruesome scene that wintry ass Ohio day, and the victims would be rushed to hospital. I mean, they were hanging on, but barely. Now, the victims would later be identified as Rick Adams, 50 years of age, and his longtime girlfriend, Tammy Potts Williams, 51 years of age. That's the 3rd person named Potts in this story. So you can probably see where this is going, or not, actually.
Let's go. Clear the house. Sheriff's office! Sheriff's office! You're in here, make yourself known!
Now, when police and EMTs arrived, both Rick and Tammy were still breathing, and EMTs were working on them there and then. Barely, though. They could see Rick was breathing. Tammy looked like she was gone, but they rushed her to hospital as she still clung to life. Rick had been shot at least twice, once in the head. Tammy, though, on the other hand, seemed like she had suffered more violence. Her throat had been cut. She had been stabbed dozens and dozens of times, and then severely beat. One of the witnesses who discovered the scene, and a neighbor, in fact, the one who called 911, they would say What they found, you can probably guess this yourself, but they would say it was straight out of a horror movie. Extremely shocking. And why?
So what happened when you got there? Well, I pulled up there and I said, boy, it's a tight squeeze right here. And I looked over and I said, Rick? Again, I see that blood down into that car track. I said, Lord, he's bleeding out. So I better get 911.
Have you been having any problems with anyone? Having fallouts here?
Oh.
Now, in this small community, word of this attack it spread like hot water, and it spread 5 miles down the road to the home of one Leanne.
Uh-huh.
Leanne Potts is not answering her phone. Now, at the crime scene, the Rick and Tammy one, police noticed something interesting. A silver sedan with blood inside of it, on the door and on the steering wheel. Checking who owned it, because the neighbor said, that ain't Rick or Tammy's. It was in fact registered to Leanne Potts. See, Leanne and Rick were siblings. So, it's all coming together. However, before police could track all of this down, right, go and see Leanne Potts. Maybe she was the victim or the perpetrator. Before they could do any of that, they got a call from Lauren Potts, Leanne's daughter, saying, I don't know where my mom is, and I'm trying to get into the house, and the lights are on, her phone is there, and I can see something that looks quite scared on the kitchen floor. It was, in fact, just as police got a search warrant to check Leanne's car that the call came in. You ain't gonna need that warrant after all, it would turn out. See, Lauren, the daughter, she had heard about what had happened to her Uncle Rick and his longtime girlfriend Tammy, and so then she's like calling her mom saying, like, one of our family members is clinging to life. She then tries to call her mom, no answer, goes to her mom's house. Here we are. So it was the day after finding Rick, they were about to find more.
Hey, Meta. Hey, gorgeous.
Okay, Doja. I don't do all that music stuff. But I see you, Doja. Doja Cat. All right,
Looks
let's go.
Music.
Yeah. Police had to break down the door to get in. It was all locked. And in Leanne's home, they found a further 2 bodies.
Two. Two.
Yep. Same. Clear the house.
Leanne herself and her husband, Littler.
Claire.
Yep.
Leanne
Seen.
was 70 years of age. He was 64 and he'd been married once before for 8 years. However, his first wife passed. 1 month earlier, Leanne and Tom had been granted a marriage license. They were husband and wife, and they were planning on a Caribbean honeymoon.
Ooh, goody
Those
bien.
plans came to repulse this February. There was one body in the kitchen, covered in a white blanket, surrounded by blood splatter.
Yeah, I'm supposed to have photos.
Are getting up high, but the jerk's on.
So here,
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to angle my camera down to try to record it all. It's a guy been beat.
Bullet casings lay on the floor beside, and underneath that blanket lay Tom, in a pool of blood. At first glance, it seemed like he had been severely beaten, and he held a wooden stick in his hand, which he had likely used to try and defend himself, unsuccessfully. Going through the house, they didn't find anyone else, until Lauren, standing outside her mom's home, advised them of the basement, and down there, they found the second body.
Sheriff's office. Got another body down here. No.
She must have ran down.
Don't.
We know. We okay.
I believe it's her. Yeah, her hands are bound behind her back. There's a pillow over her head with a gun.
Hmm.
There's a toe strap tied around her neck. Like,
This is the only casing I have found so far.
Look like a typical basement to me. She got some wood down there. Got a table. Some. It's organized down there in the basement now.
That was Leanne Potts,
laying face down with a pillow on top of the back of her head. It seemed like the pillow had been held against her head and a gunshot had gone through. Her pants were pulled down. She also had been assaulted. Her hands had been bound by zip ties. Police found that pack of zip ties in the kitchen table.
They might got a fingerprint on them.
What a horrifying scene. What
Right.
like a horrifying home invasion. And that's not just one, but two. 5 miles apart. Same family, extended family, really grim and dark execution style murders of this family. Questioning Lauren, the daughter, about when was the last time she talked to her mom, she said she'd spoken to her the day before, on February 4th. And she said her mom was with her brother, Ricky, but she didn't know where they were.
When will we get update?
As soon as we can. Now your mom lived here, right? That's Leanne. And this Tom Littler.
Yeah, he owns that.
He owns the house.
Was she in the kitchen? No, it wasn't her.
No.
She in there? Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes.
She's not. Who else was in there? What does it look like?
I believe the other one's Tom.
And so it seemed like, I mean, Rick was found. Rick and Tommy were found probably not long after they had been attacked, as they were still breathing. But it was probably likely that Leanne and Tom had been killed that very same day.
Mm.
They'd been killed in close conjunction with each other.
Do you know anybody that would want to harm anyone? Any of these people?
No, my aunt and my uncle, they're quiet. I mean, they.
Is that once over there?
Victims had been together the day of, and then later both attacked separately with their other halves in their own homes. Now, one thing Leanne was also able to tell them, besides the fact that the victims had been together the day they likely were murdered, was that Rick had been driving Leanne's car that day. Hence why Leanne's car was found in Rick's.
Mm.
That silver by Coyote. Lauren was also able to tell us kind of interesting. Basically, she was like, "Here, listen. It's kind of interesting that my mom was brutally murdered right after she came into like that nice chunk of change. She got a settlement and got to change. Leanne and Tom had actually been withdrawing money for that Caribbean honeymoon they were preparing to start booking. They were preparing to go on. And it was also believed, it was known around town that Tom kept about $5,000 in the house. He kept it like in an old boot. It was like his emergency fund. And Tom had also recently purchased a very expensive diamond ring for Leanne. They just got married. So Leanne has a lot of money. Tom, and there's an expensive diamond ring in home. And guess what? You won't believe this. None of those things were found in the home. The boots are empty. There was no ring on Leanne's finger, and all of their wallets and credit cards were gone.
Europe river cruising, 13 days, $29.99, including flights with holiday.
Daughter. It better not be her.
It's got a really big one, and I feel like it has something to do with money.
It looked like somebody had ransacked the house, and they had probably found what they were looking
I
for.
hope it wasn't her.
It was one of these second crime scene. Now, the Leanne and Tom house murder scene. They got worried about the victims of the first one.
They ain't make it.
Rick didn't make it. He passed. He passed away in the hospital. Tammy, however, she was still alive, which was weird because the police actually thought Tammy was dead when they first discovered her. She was like clinging on. She was in critical condition, but she was hanging in there barely. But that's 3 people now for sure murdered, and one for me, definitely attempted murder.
Third person has died in Ross County after what deputies call violent assaults.
This all playing out along Vigo and Bowman Roads, southeast of Chillicothe. So here's what we can tell you right now, that the 3 people who have been killed, as we show you some video of some of the scene, 46-year-old Leanne Potts, 63-year-old Thomas Littler, and 50-year-old Rick Adams. That's what we know as far as the 3 people who have been killed. They died of gunshot wounds, and according to the sheriff, other injuries, although it's not being specific what those other injuries are. And again, that fourth victim remains hospitalized. Now, we were told that two people were discovered on Vigo Road and they were the ones who were critically injured, and that led the sheriff to two other bodies that were found on Bowman Lane. One thing we do not have in this press release is news of any arrests or suspects right now.
Tammy was in critical condition, but she was able to try and speak with detectives there fairly as bad shape as she was in, though she say
Huh.
this to her, to Rick, but she couldn't form any.
Myself and Tammy Williams. Tammy, I know that just so if I got here, you recognize it. You're a lot more alert today. Told me that you were very fearful for your safety. Who is the person that did this to you?
Just write it down, child. Ooh,
One
don't
that's
say his.
Trauma and the healthcare she was undergoing, she was completely out of it. Alive, and later maybe might remember, just not now. With word spreading around town, a call came into police from a Jimmy Reinhardt, telling them he thought he knew who was responsible. Larry.
Who's Bugs? Larry Pop. Larry Pop, yeah. And they called him Bugs? Yeah, call him Bugs.
Hmm.
Brother.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Tammy.
Mm.
Okay, happened up there. Now, has Tammy and him been into it? He wasn't involved in this, wasn't he? They probably like alcohol for
Heels.
Larry Potts was Tammy's older brother, and he was also Leanne's ex-husband.
That just woke me up.
Rick and his sister Leanne also dated siblings. Okay. Larry, who went by Bugs,
Mhm.
he was also involved with drugs. Can you tell?
Mm.
Basically,
Mm.
he was running around town that Larry, he had it in against his sister Tammy because of some drug money pills thing that she owed him. Hence, probably why Rick and Tammy were attacked and Rick was killed. And then he had it against Leanne and her husband Tom because he'd been married to Leanne for like 26 years. And so he was not too keen on her remarrying, even though they divorced in like 2008. Hey, it can take you a while to get over shit. When police went to speak with Larry, that's two motives right there. But when they showed up at his home, he left. He had gone just before they got there. On the run, maybe. While they were trying to track Larry down, they found neighborhood CCTV of Tom and Leanne's house right down the road, some cameras. Police wanted to see who had been in that area, who had driven to the victim's house around the time they were murdered. Well, a neighbor was able to tell the police that some cars had driven in the direction, but they were less, how do I say, less driven, more chased. He said he thought he saw Rick being chased by someone else. So now it was starting to look like maybe it hadn't started at Rick's. Maybe it had started at Leanne's. Rick had been with Leanne and Tom. Something had happened. Something had happened there at Leanne's house. Rick runs away, gets into his car, drives, is followed, goes home. Killer follows him all the way home, attacks him there and then. However, with this theory and footage, it was impossible to tell who was actually in each car, but it was definitely violent. Around that same time, mushroom hunters would call in saying they'd found some items in the woods. And hearing about what happened, they believe these items belonged to the victims. But they also found a gun. Perhaps the gun used on Rick, Leanne, and Tom.
The sack, seen the purse,
notice at the bottom of the sack. So we were way back in the woods. I said, well, this seems really freaking odd.
Police eventually tracked down Larry Potts, Bugs, at his home. Was he the driver on the camera? Was he the Bugs chaser?
Here, my lay down. Like lay across now in his custody. Okay, whatever he tells you to do. Nothing on underneath. Yeah, that's what you want to do. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Larry denied being involved, saying there was no fights, no arguments, no nothing. He had nothing against his sister or his ex-wife. He was distraught that his sister had been, well, left for dead, almost murdered, and his ex-wife for 26 years. I mean, and that's a long time. And he was, or seemed to be, completely broken over it.
You were married to Leanne, is that correct? When were you guys married? 26 years.
Mm.
You-
He wasn't acting in any way like he was responsible. They did rush those knives to be tested, but in the meantime, sort of like by the by, the detectives asked him, hey, off the dome, you don't by any chance drive a car or know somebody who drives a car with like a messed up hood, you know, it's like kind of flapping open like that. Ever seen one? Somebody in the area had one, and it looked like they'd been chasing one of the victims around the time the victim was murdered. And Larry Boggs said he didn't have that car, didn't, you know, had nothing like it, but he knew somebody who did.
Anyone drive a little gray car with a messed up hood, you know? Just a hood, yeah, let's see. About comes up, comes on. You look for Jimmy Reinhardt. He's on one of those cars all stole the car.
Jimmy Reinhardt, the same Jimmy who'd called in saying Larry Boggs had done it. The same Jimmy Reinhardt who, when police checked Leanne Potts's credit card usage, had been doing the usage after her murder.
Mm.
Why was he using her credit card after she's been dead? If he ain't the one to make it so. And he was now trying to point the finger at the ex.
Mm.
In Nashville. Who's got the sauce?
And that damn music, Lord.
Jimmy Reinhardt, that's James A. Reinhardt Jr. to you and me, 38 years of age, he was a local. As you can see, also a very cool dude. He grew up in Chillicothe with his brother and sister. He was a handyman, self-employed, did the power washing, the mowing, the tree cutting, the trimming, whatever you need, Jimmy's your man. Married with 2 daughters. These days, though, he was living in Londonderry, Ohio. Though it's really just Derry. And I remember those items the mushroom hunters found. The gun? Well, didn't Jimmy Reinhardt live, like, right there? Right behind where the mushroom hunters discovered those items. And searching that area, a bloody knife, too, was found. It started to look more and more like police needed to bring this Jimmy Reinhardt fella, who was pointing the finger at somebody else. I mean, he's just inserting himself into the investigation. Why do they always do that? But the thing was,
Can't help it.
knowing that ding ding dings on the murderer meter, police couldn't find him. They went to his home, he wasn't there, trying to track down all his usual spots. No sign. So police put out a bolo. Be on the lookout for James Reinhardt Jr. And did not take long at all for them to get the call. A very strange one. From Burger King. An employee said she was pretty sure she was like eyeballing him then and there.
You better eat your food. Aspen, can you eat your food first? Look at her at the counter. Look at her in the back. That's him right there. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. Man, let me finish my food.
Yeah, right.
Miranda.
He had gone to the Burger King, tried to use the drive-through in a car with a very bouncy hood. And when he, went to pay with the items, the cashier noticed, she took the credit card. It said Leanne Potts on it. And she said, well, I've seen the news. This ain't good. She then said there was a problem with the card. He had to come in to make his order, go through. And that's when police arrived.
Well, I think, no, I don't, sir.
On him Leon's credit card, and of course, sure, what else would you spend your money on? Real treasure. Burger King gift cards, baby. And
Oh
of
my
course,
God.
CCTV.
On the body cam video, the Burger King employee says Reinhardt tried to use Potts' credit card. She asked Reinhardt to come inside, and that's when she called police.
Way today. So I have sadly that's what happened. I looked at the credit card. I said, "Oh hell no! That's like just murder." I said, I'm sorry, sir. I just spilled all your milkshakes.
Now, it's not looking good for Jimbo, like at all. But his story, when he was finally like dragged into the interrogation room, his story went a little something like this. He'd been having a secret affair with Leanne for some time, and he'd been hanging out with Leanne and Rick the day of the murders. They had been at Rick's when Larry Hugs shows up, started screaming about pills, and attacks Rick, demanding to know where the pills are. Rick said they were at Leanne's house. Larry presumably goes there. James goes home, knows nothing. Presumably in his story, Larry then goes and kills his ex-wife and her new husband, and then comes back and kills Rick and tries to kill his sister. It kind of goes much like his initial story when he called in saying Bugs done did it.
Where'd you get the debit card, man?
Mm-mm.
Don't have that right now, so I'm at.
Well, when he was questioned, he didn't even know Leanne's name. So that's who you're having an affair with? Well, I mean, you don't even know her name.
Sure. Yeah, Leah well. Boy, oh, you hide out there. You can't pronounce your own. Rick, you did, bud. No, yeah. You're the Lord God. Lord God, that's why they can't call it 2 damn days. Don't do it.
In the case of a triple homicide investigation in Ross County. According to the Chillicothe Gazette, investigators say James Reinhardt Jr. has been indicted on several charges related to the death of Leanne Potts, Thomas Littler, and Rick Adams. This includes charges of murder and rape.
DNA eventually came back, and Jimmy's DNA was found in Leanne. His DNA was found on the packet of zip ties. Tammy's blood was on the knife that also had his DNA on.
Ah, the sweet.
For what? I don't. I still ain't got no why. What for? I think it was the money. Was it the money?
Why did he do this? Well,
Come on, man.
he's never said to this day
Right.
that he had heard rumors
About the money.
and had just come into, and maybe he had seen something on like Facebook, stuff like that. So he goes to Leanne and Tom's house and commits something that's absolutely horrifying. Executes Tom, assaults, and then executes Leanne. Just as like he was in the middle of a dough, Rick walked into the home, finding him. Jimmy then chased Rick all the way home to where he lived. Rick gets out of the car, he gets out of the car, he shoots Rick in his driveway, the blood spattering on the car. Tammy is inside. She comes out to see what's going on. He viciously attacks her too, as she witnessed him murdering her boyfriend. James would take a plea deal and was sentenced to 35 years to life for the 3 murders and attack.
We already have the murder weapons, and we already have the bodies. Why did we even offer him a plea deal for 3 lives? I'm confused. I don't understand. Like I'm confused. Why am I talking to him about a plea deal? I don't need him to talk to me. I don't need no plea deal. I don't need him to show me where the bodies at. I don't need him to show me where the murder weapons at. Why am I giving him 30?
Tammy would make a full recovery, and she would later be able to definitively confirm it was Jimmy that was.
And I got a witness. Shouldn't it have been attempted murder? Y'all didn't even get him for attempted? 35 for 3.
Pretty dark story of greed and random violence for what he did, chicken change. how horrifying what he did to the victim in this story. It is a truly dark, grim, disturbing story of and very, very evil. Like to do the shit he did, you have to be truly top dog evil in the evil rankings.
I don't know what to say about that, to be quite honest. That's just, oh, disrespectful on so many levels. Even if I have to say so myself, disrespectful in so many levels. I don't know what's going on with Jay-Z right now. It's like that. Now I did hear that a freaking tape was leaked. I was like, what? I was so tempted to log in on X. I was so tempted to log in on X because I know that they're the only place that's gonna have it. It's the only place that's gonna have it. Um, just saying. Just saying. It's gonna be the only place that got it. Do I want to see? No. Like y'all should have just made a OnlyFans and let people subscribe and see it versus trying to leak it and that's just me. Okay, let me see what's going on over here. I be deviating. I be deviating. It's supposed to be true crime. Let me just leave it right there and save it for another day. Because I don't, like I said, I don't want to deviate um, from the topic at hand. And the topic at hand is True Crime Sundays. I'll be back tomorrow. Technically today. It's Monday. Right. Um, I'll be back sometime tonight. It's Vlog Me Mondays. So I'm gonna be vlogging, talking and stuff. Q&A sessions, things of that such. We'll see. It's my first Vlog Me Monday. So we'll see how it goes. But technically, I'm not supposed to like consume any type of content. I'm just supposed to be, talking, conversing, things of that such. So I have to save my momentum to be able to obviously come back tonight. Since I didn't take no nap today. Don't worry. I'm gonna go pew, straight to bed. Usually I have to watch a movie to like wind myself down, but luckily that's not the case for me right now. I am going to be able to successfully um, Imma try. I think Imma work on my thumbnail. It's probably what I should do now. Give me a second. Let me try to find like a good background for this vlog me thumbnail. I need a thumbnail. I made the thumbnail that's on the with the thumbprint that says true crime. And then I just put Sundays on it and then I added the emojis because emojis are life at this point. Um I am looking for an image. Oh, I gotta get a Q-tip. My ear is draining. Uh, let's see if I can maybe find something before somebody wake up. Hey, you can calm all that screaming down, sir. Fuck, I can't even hear. Justify. I'm finna spaz on him in a minute. I just told him to step out of it. I don't think he played it yet. Hold on. Yeah, hit the emoji. Okay, change that color to white. 'Cause I'm looking for a font. I found the background. I'm gonna see if I like it. I gotta find a font. Maybe I should stick to the chalk dust. I like that chalk duster. Nobody else really be. Oh, okay. It's vlog me. Yeah, my days. Telling you I was about to get rid of this pads. I can't even hear. have another color that I could change this to. Everybody else is gonna like. She just got so much colors already going on right now that I'm not even gonna be able to. You see what I mean? Like nothing other than white. I probably can't even use black just because she got like so much colors going on. Let's see what this. Man, she got so many. I may have to change this. I can save it though. Let's see. Hold on, give me a second. Let me grab it real quick, and then I'll show you this was the first one that I just made. Hold on, give me a second. Let me pull it up here. Not this one. Probably should stick to that chalk dust. Girl, pull this. Okay, move it out of the way. I'm finna pull it up. I had to, you know how this goes. Okay. This was the first one that I made. Vlog Me Mondays. Um, I like it. So much colors going on. It was hard to like choose a word color because it like she has everybody in here. Blue, red, orange, green, purple. I'm like, and then the black, I mean the white with the Mondays, I was just like, yeah. Um, what is this? What's this? Oh, she's nice. Look at this. Isn't she lovely? I like that. Um, maybe I should screenshot it and save it for later. I'll come back to it. I won't be able to write on it. Uh, we got book club Thursday. What did I say? What was Tuesday? Do I have a Tuesday? Please delete the Home Depot app. No, not yet. Um, I don't think we have a Tuesday yet. But we do have Vlog Me Mondays. We do have book club Thursdays. I still haven't came up with a Tuesday or a Wednesday. I think it might be content prep. I think it's content prep Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that was I believe that was what I boiled it down to. Content prep Tuesday. Okay, sister. Um, I don't know why I do that. Right. I don't know why I be doing that. Like we live and we learn. Don't try to put the Ooh, that cursive is doing too much for me right now. Ooh, that cursive is doing way too much. Snail round hound. Round hand. Read. I saw it. Okay, let me find somebody else. Okay. And tone it down, 143. So I put the and then okay. Let me find that font. There'd be so many of them that you have to know. Just have to know the font. Other than Arial. Oh, copper plate. I love a good copper plate. I do love me a good copper plate. That's somebody I know. Look, you just have to know the font. Um, okay, so I think I want to stick to the evolution of a content creator. I think I'm gonna put each word in its own particular box. The then evolution. The evolution. Of a ooh, that's a lot. I like that. It was something about that uh-huh. Okay. Content. Sale. Content. Go to the opposite side. Okay. Creator. Okay. All right. Tuesday is the evolution of a content creator. I believe I already have. I gotta put it on the calendar so I'll know. And then I have to put the repeat every week so that way it'll remind me every Tuesday. The evolution of a content creator. I like that yellow. I like that font, copper plate. I feel like if I was to just maybe change the font color, something about that yellow. Purple is too dark. You can go lighter. Let me see. It's doing too much. Stick to the yellow. I really don't see any other color. The evolution of a content creator. Oh, I think I have to. Oh, God. I don't know what it's. I'm trying to press save and I fucking hit the trash can. So bloated. What was I saying? So- I was Irritating. The level of bullshit just so irritated me. Um, because I knew I was gonna forget what I was about to say. The emojis, I have to like screenshot it and then like edit it again to add the emojis. For some reason, it just won't let me. I could try. Let me see. I just that was just really irritated me. I ain't even gonna hold you like of a content. God, that just irritated me. Like unintentionally too. Because I'm like, okay, press save. I guess because I was thinking that I would have to. Edit again. But I may not have to. See if I can get an emoji there. All right. I need an emoji. Somebody. I'm thinking. I'm getting better and better at this, huh? Indeed. Where is that? Oh, okay. So, need just one oh five, 113. Okay. I like one. I need some music, but I don't want to hear your mouth. I haven't heard home connection. Home connection. Excuse me. 113. Okay. That's what I was trying to figure out. Why you over there by the trash can? You ain't even cropped it. I was doing Please. I was listening to lo-fi earlier. Some people call it lo-fi. I call it lofi girl. Let me change it. Okay, that's Vlog Me Mondays. I'm gonna just keep that one. I'm not gonna make another one. Um, let me show you the second one I just made for the evolution of a content creator. It doesn't have Tuesday in it, so you just have to like know that the evolution of a content creator is for Tuesdays. I can't I can't put it in the title. It was gonna be Content Prep Tuesday. You see what I mean? Like I should have stuck with that one, but it's really the evolution of a content creator. For some reason I just can't let it go. Hold on, let me see. I might be able to. No, it's fine. Is this the thumbnail or? Okay, there it is. I got it. Okay, this one what I was working on. Um, I can zoom so that way you can kind of like see it a little bit. Uh, okay, wait, hold on. It's, I mean, the best I can do is just kind of like scroll it right there. So you have the evolution of a content creator. Don't worry, I'll move me out the way. What's for Wednesdays? I know we got book clubs on Thursdays, so I'm not necessarily sure what Wednesday will be. I think it was supposed to be What's Up with My Algorithm Tuesdays, and then it was supposed to be Content Prep Wednesdays. But I guess I could do What's Up with My Algorithm on Wednesdays. You know, watch some YouTube. Since it's Vlog Me Mondays, the evolution of a content creator Tuesdays, and then What's Up with My Algorithm, and then that'll be book club on Thursdays. So at least we can have like something to, like to help us out. Can you please stop doing it? That is so irritating. What did I just say? What's up with my algorithm? I guess I gotta get out of get from over here with these chakras. Hold on a second. Yeah, I love when you be coming in. Oh, when you be coming in. Oh, give me a second. I'm trying to. I got it. I've been on here for 2 hours. I'm finna get out there. I was trying to meal prep for the week. I just told this guy to stop screaming. Oh, mm, so pretty sleepy. I didn't get no nap. I didn't get a nap. I'm so tired. Oh. I'm looking, trying to find somebody that's gonna jump out at me. What's up with my algorithm? When is this? I need to go down. I need to. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? How many times I just yawn? Okay, that's fine. Because I feel like if I just keep pushing it and I won't like feel like I'll just end up settling for something. So I'll come back. I'll come back. Nobody's popping out at me right now. As far as what I want, like what I'm looking for. Um, and I need to hurry up because if I don't, then I'll get caught up trying to clean up, put the ring light up, shut the computer down, put the phone up, put the phone stand up, put the headphones up, clean up the water, clean up the food, clean up the plate. I might have to go with her. Let me see. Go with her. Just, s- just, sh- Great, great, great. Okay, give me somebody else. I don't want that phone. Oh, no. Chair. Feel like when I be having it up too high, I don't like stretch my back. I always be slouching. It's her cute. Oh, I like that font. Give me a second. Let me find it. The structure. This is why I put everybody in their own box because I can't. I can't. Am I not able to? Yeah, I'm gonna write this screenshot it again, so that way I can get it on full. Uh, mm, I can't. No, ma'am. Just open up the radio and see where she is. Yeah, that's okay. You just so loud. You so just like irritating you at some point. And you just be screaming for like no reason. It's like saying one of them STFE exclamation point or something. Mm, mm, Are you okay? 'Cause I was about to say is up. Probably gonna have to go over that. It's easy. The screenshot. Okay. Simply small. It might be the font. Give me some emojis and then I'm over this. Just give me my emojis and I'll be out of your hair. Thank you. Cause I don't have time for this. Even though I do like it. I like it. I like it. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I actually like it. I gotta get the emojis. Come on. Come on. I'm obsessed with the emojis, you know. I'm so obsessed with the emojis. They just really changed the dynamics of communication. If you don't know, you should try it. You're the beautiful surprise, you know. I should put my mouse in if I'm gonna be doing all this clicking. Is this a screenshot? Is this a screenshot? Is this a okay. I couldn't I couldn't tell what we were doing. All right, let's see. Uh-uh. Get on, get on there. Messy ma'am. All right. Should I keep it or should I delete it? What did I just delete? Oh no. Went to the trash can, get it. Oh no. What's I trying to do? I'll get it. I'll get it. It's oh, I did it. Wait, what did I just delete then? Where is yes? I know I had deleted you. Okay. Yeah. Uh, where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Full screen is real quick so I can. Where's that? Where's that recover? Where's that recover button? Is there a button that says Shit. This. You know, oh, you gotta drag it out of the trash. I, I don't know why I thought that it was a recover button. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Let me see if I can drag it out of the trash can. I think you have to. Okay, put you back on the desktop then. Like, jeez, let me see. Did you put? Okay, it was. I was trying to delete this one, and I hadn't clicked. I was still clicked on it. Oh my god. All right, all right. Phew, goodness gracious. Let me show you what I was working on. What's the hashtag for today? Momentum Mondays and Monday grind. You know the grind hit different on Mondays. Allegedly. Don't try to be quoting me on stuff. Just, you know, take it for what it is. But the grind do hit different on Mondays. That's why it's called Monday grind. And then momentum Mondays. Cause that momentum it hit different on Mondays. I'm just saying. All right, hold on. All right, so we have our thumbnail for Sundays, True Crime Sundays. We have our thumbnail for Mondays, Vlog Me Mondays. Um, Probably have to go over there and check out what the thumbnails look like. I believe I have like a little option where I can turn the camera around, right? Hold on. I know, I see it. Oh, probably have to cut that green screen off, huh? Okay. All right, so we have what's up with my algorithm. That's for what? Wednesdays. What's up with my algorithm Wednesdays? And then we have Vlog Me Mondays. And then of course you should already know True Crime Sundays. And then last but not least, then we have the evolution of a content creator. So we've been trying to get our thumbnails together so that way I ain't gotta be down no quotes and stuff. Don't forget, okay? It's official. We're going to go see Brigitte. She got some cream and stuff on hers. No issue. We're going to go see Brigitte um, when we get a chance. But in the meantime, in between time, love you. Bye. Wait, I know. Did I put it up? It's okay. Some had told me, oh no, you're gonna log off. You don't need any. But I prefer not to give dry kisses because I know that people don't like dry kisses and stuff. But in the meantime, okay, love you. Bye.